Hello and welcome to Penn Tarot. Thank you for clicking on the video and joining me for tonight's reading. It's been on my heart to do a love reading, so reluctantly I say tonight we are going to look at the person that is most on your mind, the person you're thinking about, the person that you want some clarity about. We're going to go Aries through to Pisces, and you can check the timestamps for your corresponding zodiac signs. And let's begin with Aries. Aries. Tonight we're asking the cards about the person on your mind. Who is the person on Aries' mind? Person on your mind, Aries. Okay, we have the Sun. Could be a Leo that you are dealing with. Judgment. And let's go for one more card. Eight of Swords. Could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. There is a complicated air here. Could be dealing with a Leo with the Sun, but also you could be dealing with somebody that outwardly things look good. They should be thriving. Their job may be something they're really good at, or they get good money. They seem to be very happy. But then we have the Judgment, and we have the Eight of Swords. So there's certainly this feeling that something dramatic happened to take them looking so good to looking like they're really struggling. This person may be isolating themselves, and there's something that is bothering them that they just cannot resolve this struggle. There's something that's really very overwhelming for them. Obviously, with the Eight of Swords and the Three of Cups in reverse, the thing is with the Eight of Swords is it is fairly a self-imposed frame of mind. There is this choice to kind of be in this position. So I'm really sensing a strong feeling of everything looks okay on the outside, but in reality they are quite isolated, they're not communicating well, and they're struggling with something they're not really willing to share with you. Let's have a look a little deeper. What are they struggling with? Let's get another card. What is the person on Aries' mind currently struggling with? Give us some clarity with regards to the Eight of Swords and the Four of Swords in reverse. It seems it might be that they don't feel that they've achieved what they want to do in a certain period of time. Like they feel they should be more advanced. This could be that they're waiting on more of a serious proposal and they don't really see it coming in, or either they're waiting for you to commit. You're going to know which way this is. Either they are waiting for you to commit to them, or they are wondering. I'm strongly feeling that they kind of feel powerless in this situation. Like they could see it closing and they don't know how to bring peace and harmony back to the relationship. But they really see that you are the one with more power in the relationship. Like they've lost their sense of power here. What is their next move? What is their next move towards Aries? What is their next move and intention? I think they want to move things to a different level. What is that level? The sun and the moon and the star, the world, all in reverse, judgment. All these cards are at the end of, it's the 17, 18, 19, and 20, and 21. It's all the end of the cycle. This person wants to change things up. They might have been keeping a secret for a long time that's come out, that they're in regret about. That might have given them a sense of losing power. But they do want to change the dynamics. And if they've been keeping secrets, they've been doing so from a bad experience. After a long time, there's definitely a change coming up. There's momentum building towards a change. We've got the sun and the moon, judgment, the world, the Chariot, and now the Five of Pentacles in reverse. There's a sense of a wasted opportunity. Things had the potential to be obviously better. There is the illusion of happiness quickly followed by the reality of the Eight of Swords, and that's very isolated. The Four of Wands in reverse with the world and the star in reverse, we're looking at the closing of a cycle that is out of their control, out of what this person really wanted. The Five of Pentacles in reverse is a wasted squandering. So I think if you have had somebody that's isolated themselves, they're going to come forward and they're going to be honest with you about things that they've pretty much been keeping under wraps. I strongly sense that this is a relationship that has gone cold, fizzled out. Maybe it's not somebody you knew for a long time. But this person is going through a lot of changes and they're not really feeling like they're in control of the situation, and they want to change the status quo. And I really do think they're going to come forward and admit to having kept secrets and the reasons behind why they've been keeping secrets. And there's definitely the sense of having been through a struggle that is really at the bottom of their actions. It's like it motivates them. And now I see somebody coming forward, somebody that feels very depleted, somebody that wants change, and make space for a good conversation is all that I can say. Make a safe space and try and get as much of the truth as you can. They do look like they're going to come forward with something that has been hidden. There is going to be, you will see in them a sense of kind of feeling defeated, like they haven't met their target, what they wanted, and a sense of no power to change, and yet they're longing for change. That's what I see. A lot of fire, a lot of Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, and then Pisces, Aquarius, Taurus, and Cancer. A lot of major arcana here. And that is the reading I have for you, Aries. The person on your mind. I see them coming forward after a time of isolation to face up and speak things that up until now have been kept quiet. On to Taurus. Taurus. Tonight we are asking the cards about the person on your mind. The person that you are most thinking of currently. What messages do the cards have for you? Person on your mind, Taurus. Who is the person that you are thinking of currently? The Nine of Swords. This is somebody that's kind of worried. Let's take one more. Okay. Taurus, I see somebody that is overthinking. As much as you are thinking about them, they are thinking about you, and the pace at which things are moving between you two. They might be the one that's moving at the slow pace. They might be the one that's hesitant. We have the Hangman in the shadow, the bottom of the deck here, and then we have the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands. The person that you are most thinking of currently could still be trying to figure out where you're going in this relationship. They have not quite made up their minds. This person may be telling you what they think you want to hear to buy a little time while they choose. But right now, they seem to want to leave their options open. And as I said, there is some anxiety when it comes to you. I think it could be some kind of indecision. They're not sure whether you are something that is going to just happen and fizzle out, like an exciting start, or whether this is something that can actually have more meaning behind it. What I'm seeing here is somebody that's deciding, are you a fling, or is there potential behind that, behind the interaction, the connection? With that being said, that's going to determine how they come forward towards you, how they interact with you initially. If they come on pretty hot and heavy, they might just want to fling. And if they're more reserved, getting to know you, wanting to know who you really are, they might see as a potential of something like longer term. But there's some time about this. This is taking a while. Here we have them, and the ultimate reason is because they're deciding, is this what I really want? Are there other options available to me? How are those things going? They're pretty much in an attractive Aries energy. They're quite happy to sort of scope the scene. I'm not saying that Aries is not an honest person or a cheat. What I'm saying is they're in that attractive energy where they kind of want to do what they want to do. So they're going to check out the scene before they ultimately say yes or no. Got the Queen of Cups and the Strength card come out together. Queen of Cups in reverse. And look at that. Seven of Swords wanted to come out. Right next to the Strength card, which is quite interesting because they are so similar in coloring and layout and mean two completely different things. And we've got the Two of Cups in reverse. I think that there's a lot of holding back. A lot of Pisces energy here now, with the Queen of Cups and the Moon Then we have the Two of Cups and the Seven of Cups and the Ace of Cups. A lot of cups in this, but then again, these cups are in reverse. This is very much an internal struggle. It's very much an internal struggle. It's something they're going to keep to themselves. This is going to take a bit of time. If you're patient and you actually do see a future with this person, or you want the connection to be on better terms, the cards are saying that they need some space to decide what they want. This isn't an easy decision for them. And the Queen of Cups in reverse is not, and then of course the Two of Cups in reverse is, they're not really on the same page as you. They're not seeing things quite in the same way as you. I see them keeping you in a box, really. Like, this is their personal space, and then this is the space you are allowed in, and up to that point, what you're allowed to know. This is not going to work for them. It's like they're trying to control the situation a little bit too much. It's causing that could I say awkwardness, but that not being on the same page, not emotionally in tune with you, closed off and little secretive, keeping things, when it comes to you, they're pretty closed off. They're trying to control this interaction and where the direction that you are moving in. And I see that in a sense that they're trying to buy themselves time while they make up their mind. And all you can really do is kind of allow them that time. The best thing actually is to not wait on it, to go about your own business, start getting on with your life, because you don't necessarily need to tell them to hurry. You can give them the space, but you don't have to wait. In fact, waiting would probably not progress. The situation is not moving very fast. It's something they've actually got to make up their mind about. And it should be a case of, if they can't make up their mind fast enough, like, why do they need so much convincing to try and make it work? You know, there's the King of Cups there. So go about your business. Don't be focused on it. That way, it doesn't seem like a long process for you, but also for them, it kind of lets them know that you're not just going to be waiting around for the next year while they decide what they want to do. And that is the message I have for you, Taurus. I didn't tell you what energies. No, I did. I said Pisces and Aries, Cancer. There were quite a lot of cards out. So I'm sorry, I didn't really focus on that too much. A lot of cups. Pentacles. This person is they're in their emotions, but keeping it to themselves, keep playing it on the down low there with the moon in the shadow and the Queen of Cups in reverse. So a lot of Cups energy. Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio, and then some Earth energy. And that's the message I have for you, Taurus. We are moving on to Gemini. Gemini, tonight we are asking the cards about the person that is most on your mind. The person that you are currently thinking about and needing clarity. What messages do the cards have for our Gemini collective tonight? Matters of the heart and the person on Gemini's mind. Let me have a little sip of water. We have the Ten of Cups in reverse. Gemini, this person may have been hiding things that have now come out, or this person has now discovered a lot of secrets that have been exposed, especially in their home life. The Three of Pentacles in reverse. They're not getting the recognition they deserve, or right now they're not really making any efforts towards you. But then it's followed by the Knight of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. So that is very contradictory energy. What I'm seeing here is two separate energies. So they might be going through quite a lot personally that they're not necessarily speaking to you about. So towards you, towards others, things may seem very stable and good on the surface. They're saying the right things, they're doing the right things, there's a lot of understanding, and they're managing very well. But under the surface there's definitely their life has been turned upside down because some situation has been brought to light, something they were not aware of. Very much where in their place of belonging, their home, where they might work from home. There might be a family business, but there's been an upheaval and some kind of tomfoolery has been exposed, but they're not sharing it. They're putting on a very brave face. Yeah, this is what I'm seeing here. Okay, so let's find out more about their intentions towards you. I see that they still want to, they're in the initial stages, they haven't, they still want to, the intention is to share more information, to find out more, go a little deeper, before they actually make that change in their life, before they're willing to say, okay, this is my decision. This is what I want. There is also coming out strongly that they want to avoid problems. They could be focused on what could go wrong more than what could go right. There is a lot of wish fulfillment. You know, the Nine of Cups is very much the wish fulfillment card. So they are intrigued. They want to be sure before they make a decision. They do see you as somebody that has a lot of potential. And as somebody that isn't full of drama, because they don't want drama. But at the same time, it could be an energy as well of like, you provide a safety net for them, you know, that isn't here. And that could be a big driving factor, is that they see like a different interaction with you than, say, what they have currently and where they're from. And they might see you as somebody that can help them out of a situation, and you know, somebody that they could care about, but somebody that can actually, say, improve their circumstances. Kind of that savior complex, kind of, you know, the idea of you are, let's say, a good provider. And that's not necessarily to say it's all based on money, but people go where they feel safe, where their needs will be met. it's survival over like a deep, passionate love. Let's get some more cards out here. Ace of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, and one more card. One more card. Ace of Swords. Okay. What I see them doing is they're going to come forward with an offer and a promise. They're going to tell you that they do see a potential, and they mean it. The Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck. They see a potential for you to thrive together, to really go the distance and build something beautiful together. This is their real intention. They're coming forward with strong feelings, a lot of promise. They truly mean it. And with that being said, be sure that you speak your mind. Be sure that neither one of you are misleading. In other words, if you can't be in control of what they say, but you can be in control of what you say. There's a need for an open dialogue. There's a need for saying what you both want out of it, and there's a need for honesty. But I do see that they want to be on the same page as you. They want the same in return. Let's have a look at the energies here. A lot of Cups energy. Okay, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. So a lot of Cups. Then we have some air energy here. Strong Libra. Strong Libra. And then we have Taurus and Virgo. And all the Pentacles, including Capricorn, and Scorpio. Definitely Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus energies here. And that is the message I have for you, Gemini. It is quite a challenging message. It did come out rather bumpily, but somebody that you care about a great deal has found out something that is very difficult. It's very much related to their home life, and they're going to try and keep it to themselves. But there's a time coming when you're going to have a good conversation, that you're going to have to lay out exactly what you want and give them the space to be as honest as they can. I think they're coming forward with a lot of, they see a long-term future, and they really do mean what they are going to say. So, time will tell. Cancer. What messages do the cards have for our Cancer collective tonight as we ask about the person that Cancer is currently thinking about? The person on our Cancer collective's mind. What messages do the cards have for our Cancer collective when it comes to matters of the heart? Messages for our Cancer collective. Who are you most thinking of currently, Cancer? Who's the person on your mind? And what messages do the cards have for you tonight? Messages for our Cancer collective. Okay. Could be dealing with a Gemini or Leo. This is somebody who is in a bit of an identity crisis. It's not really, it's not an issue they have, but they're in a bit of a scarcity mindset. It's somebody that, I'm getting the strong feeling that it's somebody that's forever trying to improve everything around them. It's like the idea that when I can make things around me perfect, then I'll be happy, then I'll be okay. But until then, I'm not going to be happy. There's always going to be an issue. I'm always going to find an issue because I need to make things perfect around me. And I say so because they're in a scarcity mindset. So it's almost like they're projecting their own critical, critique of themselves. It's like they're projecting it to the outside world. It's like if only so-and-so was more like, had their shit together, then we could actually, things would be okay. And if only, it's an idea of not being able to see what's really around you. Let's find out more about the intentions. Okay, the Queen of Wands in reverse. It's not really the most, and the Knight of Wands. I think this person's in a bit of denial. We've got three knights that want to come out here. We have the Queen of Wands in reverse, the Knight of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, the Ace of, the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. This person, I would say they're quite easy in the sack. Like, it doesn't take much to get intimate with them. But it doesn't look like that's a bad thing. Their intentions are very mixed. It's mixed signals because they come across as an easy conquest. They come across as somebody that they're not, they can have that no strings attached relationship. But then with the 10 of Pentacles, like, they don't really have a problem making those decisions, but there's a side to them that wants something more. Like, they want the long term, they want the intimacy, they want the excitement and adventures together, and they want the romance. They want it all, but it's like they want it yesterday. They're too much in a hurry, and they're, as I said, they're trying to control things except themselves. It's like they're seeing what everybody else does with a very critical lens, but they don't really see their own behavior as problematic. Like, they honestly think that they can do as they like and then still build this long-term kind of plan with you. I kind of get the feeling that they also want you to be very loyal and monogamous, but they can kind of play the field and go out and have fun. You definitely got a lot of fire here. We've got Leo, strong, Sagittarius. We've got Virgo, and we've got the air and water there with the swords and cups. So that could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and it could also be strong Gemini more so. And it could also be Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Let's take 3 more cards for a bit of an outcome here. The Chariot, Cancer energy. The 6 of Swords. And the Sun. That's an interesting twist. And the 9 of Swords at the bottom there. So we definitely have strong Gemini energy here. We've got you, Cancer energy. We've got more Leo energy. And we've got some Aquarius here. This person has the ability to make better judgments, to build a better future with stability as a focal point rather than what perhaps has been happening in the past. What I'm seeing here is somebody that actually does need to be grounded in some way, and that seems to be coming towards them. There seems to be a change with the 6 of Swords here, like something that is unexpected that comes out of nowhere and forces them to reevaluate their choices. You know, we have somebody here that actually needs to, say, grow up a little bit and get a plan together. And I think that's going to be a big thing for you. It's kind of the confirmation that you've needed with this person that you care about. You've needed to see them start coming up with a plan for their life. You know, they've kind of been trapped, they've been critical, they've been over-controlling, and they've kind of been entitled because their expectations on others are not what they're willing to give themselves. And here comes the conversation where they come forward and they say, you know what, I want to change. I've got this new plan, and that's going to bring a lot of happiness. What you do with that is your choice, but I do see, excuse me, I'm struggling a little at the moment with allergies and this tree that's flowering outside my window. And then having been a little bit ill, it's kind of difficult to fight it at the moment. But so please excuse the coughing. This is something that they're thinking about a lot. It's something they do want. And it's something that I see that you should be willing to give them a chance. If you care about them, which I think you do, give them a chance to kind of explain themselves, because there's a potential for a dynamic relationship with like a strong Leo influence. A lot of excitement, a lot of good chats, a lot of promise, and also very passionate. Like, it ticks all the boxes. If they can live up to it, because I think they've had a bit of a flaky past, but that might have been something that they were choosing to do. You could really be dealing with a Sagittarius here. I mean, besides from a Leo, there's a lot of Sagittarius energy. But somebody that chose to be a bit fickle, and they have the ability to be loyal. Leo and Sagittarius, once they decide, they do decide. They do need a lot of passion, but there is a lot of excitement and passion in this connection. I'm seeing here strong Gemini, strong Virgo, Cancer, strong Leo, a little Aquarius, and then, as I said, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio, strong Cancer. And that's the message I have for you, Cancer. If you've been dealing with somebody that's been a bit flaky in the past, it looks like they want to change things up and step up to the plate and offer something more substantial, and this is new for them. And now we're moving on to Leo. Leo, tonight we are asking the cards to bring clarity about the width and the situation regarding the person who is most on your mind currently, the person that you're thinking about, and that you want some answers for. And that is exactly what we're asking the cards for. Clarity with regards to the person on your mind, Leo. What messages do the cards have for you? You've had a lot of pentacles lately. That was the Page of Pentacles. That's a promising opportunity, like something you've done your homework about, and now you're taking that little bit of capital and that little bit of resources, and you want to invest and see it grow and develop into something. Messages for our Leo collective tonight regarding love and the person that's most on their mind. The person that's most on your mind is not being entirely honest with you. They're a little defensive. But it's, when I say entirely honest, it's forthcoming, because they look like they've got a lot going on personally. Like, they look like they've got a plan that they're keeping to themselves, that it's not the easiest thing, it's quite challenging. And they're coming to a point where they're going to work it out. They're not going to be like this forever. The 2 becomes the 3. There's the challenges they need to overcome, and there's definitely the Empress energy of quietly building behind the scenes, working to bring to fruition, to bring about something tangible and prosperous and of value, of long-term value. We have the 5 of Wands in reverse in the shadow. This person, they're in that energy where they're not going to be upfront with you until they've figured it out. It's kind of a Pisces energy, but there's no Pisces here. It's a lot of Wands, okay, a lot of fire, a lot of Aries and Leo. And then we have Taurus, Libra. So they're currently more focused on themselves, and I see them kind of not laying their cards out on the table. They're not being straightforward. They feel like they've got to be secretive and keep it to themselves until they have something developed. It's kind of a running theme tonight. A collective theme. Although, I mean, a few cards have been similar, but they've really been different cards telling the same story. They have good intention. There's that Pisces energy I was just talking about. They have good intention. They are secretive. This is all beginning energy here. This is all early in the deck. This person is going to take their time. They Cancerian energy. Suddenly we have all water energy. This person is going to really keep things quiet until they're ready to move. They're not ready to move yet. it's like they're still programming their destination. You know, they're still punching in where they're going. They're going to put it a little bit of an autopilot. They're also nostalgic. They might be missing you. You might be separated. They might have to travel to see you. But their intentions are very honest, full of love, very understanding. They're listening to, they're very intuitive. They're listening, they're being guided. They feel very connected to you telepathically. A lot of connection between you from long time. I'm a little busy now. Okay, let's have a look at an outcome here. There's that Ace of Pentacles. Hierophant in reverse. And the Ten of Pentacles. This person is coming back. Why do I say coming back? Because they've got memories of the past with you. They're not being upfront with you. They're keeping what they're doing quiet until they're ready to come forward. And they do. They want to meet up with you. It's on their mind. When they come back, their intention is to really soft soap you. They're going to come back with their plan laid out. And in fact, they've got a lovely plan. They've got a good idea. They see a long term. They want to give of themselves to this. You're going to find that they may be a little overly expressive, like they come on a little bit too strong, like, you know that saying, like sickly sweet, like too much sugar. Why? Because they know they've been, could I say gaslighting you? They know it. And so they've got to make up for that where they know they let you down. They're going to come with a lot of promise. It's also something they've been working on for a long time. So hear them out. And that is the message that I have for you, Leo. Oh, what? Taurus, Pisces, a lot of fire, Virgo. And I said so. Libra, Gemini. Gemini. A lot of Gemini showing up there. Gemini and Pisces strong. Virgo, we are moving on to you next. And we are asking the cards to give us some clarity about the person that you are thinking about, that's most on your mind. What messages do cards have for you? About the person that's most on your mind. Virgo, let's connect with your energy. The person on your mind, Virgo. Virgo, I need to just have a sip of water and connect with your energy. We have got Pisces and Libra energy there. I just need to take a little antihistamine before I continue. There it is. Okay. I've got some struggles with a little itchy nose. It's the allergies. Okay, and I want to connect with your energy, so I just needed to have a little break there. Anyway, as I said, Pisces and Libra energy. This is also a theme of return. And I'm getting that it has been some time since you saw this person. Let's get some more information on the person on Virgo's mind. Who is the person on Virgo's mind? Okay, 4 of Wands. Could be somebody that you lived with. This is somebody that could be Aries. This is an emotional connection. Okay, I said Libra and I said Pisces. We see Pisces again and Aries. I'm seeing a very, in the sense of Aries and Libra, it's a lot of cardinal energy. I'm seeing a person who likes to do things their own way. Somebody who is very confident in their independence, their space they've created for themselves. They like their privacy, their independence. They don't advertise what they do, and they might be somebody that lives life privately, but in their circle they have a lot of, they get a lot of respect. It could be a professional person, it could be a lawyer, it could be the CEO or the director or somebody with some status. But also, as I say, somebody who's used to doing things themselves, they have their own space, they they don't live out in front of everybody to see. They do see you as somebody that makes them happy. They enjoy the good life, and I strongly get the sense that they've been gone and they're coming back. Wow. Are they coming back? Seven of Swords. Five of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. This is somebody who is kind of faffo. This is somebody who feels like I can't see them coming back and saying sorry. But this is somebody who's coming back after making some very bad choices. Choices that cost them ultimately. Choices that made them realize that they lost control of the game. I see somebody that thought they had everything figured out, and then the next minute they looked around and life was empty, and they realized it was because of their own very bad choices. They played games that didn't work out for them, and so now they're coming back. And they have the intention that they want to do whatever it takes to fix this. What's the outcome? Two of Wands. Emperor. Strong Aries energy. The outcome, one more card. Okay, we got two more cards. Got the Four of Pentacles and the Strength card. This is somebody who is still looking out for themselves. They're holding a little bit back, and they're still trying to control everything. That's their intention. They're going to make choices that they feel are in their own best interests. Four of Pentacles tells me that they may have lost a lot, and now they're kind of hanging on to what they have, but they're also holding back in terms of, like, as I said, they owe you an apology, but I don't see them actually giving you an apology. I kind of see them coming back as if to say, well, hey, how's things? Yeah, no, I'm good. Very casual, kind of, nothing about their feelings. Test the waters, see if there's still animosity, see if you're going to speak warmly or whether you're going to shut them out. Those are the questions on their minds, but they're definitely coming in. They're definitely going to tell you where they've been and why they've been so secretive, and that things didn't work out kind of how they wanted. But are they going to say sorry? No. Do they have a bit of an ego to deal with? Yes. They need to work on that. They need to open up a little more and let go a little more. They need to be more forthcoming and less controlling. So Virgo, Libra energy, Aries energy, Pisces energy, and Taurus, Virgo energy, and then we have Aquarius and strong Aquarius. And that's the message I have for you. A little bit of a control freak coming back. Coming to get ya. That Three of Cups, if it comes out in reverse, I might not take it in reverse. Moving on to Libra. Libra, tonight we are asking the cards to give us clarity with regards to the person that you are most thinking about. The person on your mind. What's going on with them? And how they're coming towards you. Tonight we're asking for a message about the person that our Libra collective is thinking about. Who is the person on your mind? And what messages do the cards have for you, Libra? Let's get some info. There is a running theme of people not speaking their mind and being forward and honest. It's more of a beating around the bush. Okay, the person that Libra is thinking of. Take some cards out for the person that Libra is thinking of. I'm struggling a bit with the cards tonight, like to shuffle them. They seem like, can you see the way there's like friction in the air or something? They're like sticking together. Okay, Libra. Sorry, and my allergies, a little bit struggling tonight with that too. I'm seeing here that somebody is not at all upfront and honest. They're very dodge. And they want things to go their own way. And I see they do have their eye on you. I'm going to see you as the divine feminine in this dynamic here. I'm seeing that the person on your mind is putting up a false front. They're not being honest. They're not coming direct. The King of Wands in reverse. They want everything their own way. And the Seven of Swords, they're not being truthful. Like, I think this is a repeat pattern for you. And I think that the reason why you're showing up as the Queen of Wands is because I think it's showing here the dynamic in the relationship. I think you are the stable person, and they are not stable, and they are difficult, and at every turn they're dishonest. And I get the sense that as much as you want to move away, hello baby, oh sorry, have you got food? Let me just feed the kitty. Feed the kitty. Life has been a struggle. There's so many interferences going on, and but I'm gonna press on. Okay. Let me get back into this. What I was saying is, it's like they don't want to let go, but they don't want to play fair. And you keep getting drawn back into it. And that's why I see you in the Libra in the Queen of Wands energy. It's like you're not chasing at all, but in fact you just can't, like, you can't get free of it. Like, this person is quite determined. And as I say, they're not a team player. They're that I in team, in the a-hole. Okay, their intentions towards Libra. What are the intentions? You know, this person is always going to make you feel like it's your fault. That they come and go, and they have this repeat pattern, and they have higher expectations, and it's your fault, Libra. That's what they try and do, is they isolate, then they want you back, and there's that same solid energy that you keep radiating here. I've never seen these two as such similar representations, but they have their eye on you. They're not playing fair, and they want you to feel like you need to do the hard work, and you need to do the fixing, and you need to say, I just get the feeling like, come on, be reasonable, do it my way. You could be very much dealing with an Aries sign here. Aries or your energy is very strong here. I do feel like you're dealing with a fire sign and Aries sign. Libra, you could also be dealing with an Aquarius or a Gemini, but your energy is strong here. Libra energy is very strong as well. Let's have a look at the outcome. What's going to happen with this story? Okay, this 4, it's come out in the upright. Another 4. And the Ace of Wands. Interesting. Interesting. And here we have more Gemini energy with the Libra. I mean, for you, Libra, with the Lovers. Let's give this some thought. I feel like that they're gonna come forward, as I said earlier, and they're gonna put it on you. Like, it's kind of gonna, they're gonna try and project. So everything that they've been doing, they're gonna make you feel responsible for. But then this outcome, the reason why I'm repeating myself is because they're going to try and convince you that you need to give them another chance. You need to be able to give them another chance because they're not happy without you. They can't do anything but think of you. They're stuck and they want to do better and they're trying to get better, and the only thing that's going to make them better is a new start with you. And I don't really see it as like an energy of changing. I think they are stuck. I think they're stuck in their ways. I think that they're very selfish, and that they get bored very easily, and that there will be a repeat cycle happening where they beg for another opportunity, they lay it on thick, and they ask for another chance, a new beginning, and there's a lot of attraction here, and they kind of know how to push your buttons, but they don't really have an intention of taking it back to much more than that attraction, that initial attraction that they lose interest in. And that's why I say as a Sagittarius, I'm not dissing any signs, but fire signs can get bored quickly and want to do their own thing, especially in Aries. And then we've got 2 cardinal signs here. I think you might have shown up in Aries read as well, Libra. And that is the reading I have for you. We've got strong Gemini. We've got strong Libra. We've got Aquarius. But I think it's strong Gemini, Libra. And we have strong Aries. Could be Leo and Sagittarius too, but I'm just getting very much an Aries energy here. And then we have some Cups energy with Cancer. Also cardinal. A lot of cardinal energy showing up. And that is the message I have for you, Libra. There was Capricorn. The devil. There's that 3 of Cups again. Okay, and more Libra energy with the 3 of Swords there. Moving on to Scorpio. Scorpio. Tonight we are asking the cards for a message about the person that is most on our minds. Who are we thinking about? And what's the down low? What's going on? What can we expect? from that person that we're thinking of and that we want clarity about. What messages do the cards have for Scorpio tonight? This is the Five of Pentacles. Person on your mind, Scorpio. Person on your mind might have gone through a sudden growth period where, like, they've gone from 0 to hero, like they're from nothing to something. The person on Scorpio's mind. We want some cards to come out. But we want the right cards to come out. And tonight I'm struggling. I've got the Eight of Swords again. I'm not taking it out. Because it didn't come out fully. And that Eight of Swords just loves to show up. Tonight the Judgment card has shown up a lot. And these three cards have shown up a lot tonight. I definitely see reoccurring themes, and I'm feeling like they're aligning. I don't know how you're all feeling, but tonight I'm struggling a little, but even though there's a struggle, there's still this feeling like push through, because there's some messages here that come out pretty strong that I'm trusting in. Okay, let's give some time to Scorpio now. Scorpio, once again, I'm seeing you in a very, like, kind of earthy energy. Okay, sorry. There has been a lot of earthy energy and fire energy in your cards and your readings lately, and this might be why, because the person on your mind is very much in an earthy, fiery energy. This person, they are somebody that they work very hard to keep up the appearances, and that's not necessarily in a bad way, but it's something that they work on. They actively work on that whole money management, having enough for the future, making good investments. This might not be somebody that's extremely wealthy, but they still make good financial decisions and they still manage what they have very well. On the other hand, it could easily be somebody that's extremely wealthy. We all have different spectrums. But what I'm seeing is that somebody, they do manage their life very well. They have good judgment, good sound judgments. I mean, we have 3 cards of making good judgments. And then we also have, do you want to go outside, baby? And then we also have a card about having learned lessons, gained experience, and not in vain. Think about it. They eat and then they leave. That was Bijou. Okay, let's get back into this. This is Scorpio, you're dealing with somebody that's been through it, learned their lessons, and they're really trying to make good decisions in their life. What's their intention towards you, though? There was the 4 of Wands that wanted to pop out. Okay, that's nice. They want to come towards you. They have good intention. 9 to the 10. 2 10s here. And the 3 of Wands. A lot of movement. Growth. There's definitely growth in this person. They're closing old cycles. They're focusing on what's important. And they do see that collaborating with you is not going to just be an easy thing. They're hoping that it's going to go well, otherwise they wouldn't try. But they're assuming that it's going to be hard work. But they also, if they didn't believe that it could work, they wouldn't move towards you. And they sense they are close enough to the finish line. They sense that the time is coming for them to actually put forward and move. We're looking for an outcome now. We're looking for an outcome to this situation. Yeah, I wanted one more card. Okay. 2 9s, 2 10s. A lot of change coming. A lot of change coming. But it doesn't happen overnight. Also 2 3s. This is somebody that has gone through a transformation and they want to share that transformation with you. They want to come forward and they want to make an offer, and it's not going to be easy for them. It's not going to be easy at all. And the thing is, they're in their head about it. They're carrying a lot of pain. It's hard for them to... It's hard for them to change, but they know they need to. They want to bring about, restore things back to a good place, and not just back to a good place, but like for things to really just to have a breakthrough. That lucky break, they want that. And I do see it taking a bit of time because they don't know how to do it, and they're also feeling a lot of pain still. But that's why the Lovers is here, because they want to restore. They are working on themselves, and they want to come forward to you with an offer. And I actually see an apology here. With Libra, there was no intention to apologize. But here, they understand what they need to do. It's just, you know, when you formatting the final draft, making the final cuts and the final decisions, and say honing in on that perfect message. That is what I see them doing here. So we are looking at Virgo, Sagittarius, Aries, Libra, Gemini, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Let's strong showing up there, Scorpio. And that is the message I have for you. This person is going through a lot of growth, and they're actually nearing the completion of the cycles. The two tens and the two nines. It's like heavy closing off the old. And I want to see what the card is that is upside down there. Why is it so hard to find now? Am I looking in the wrong direction? Okay. I think this is regarding time. It's definite progression. I think this is that. I think this is like, look on the horizon. Here they come. There's a message I have for you, Scorpio. And now we are moving on to Sagittarius. Tonight, we are asking for a message about the person that is currently on your mind. The person that you're thinking about most. And the person that you're wanting clarity with regards to. What messages do the cards have for our Sagittarius collective tonight? Matters of the heart. What does Sagittarius need to know about the person on their mind? What messages the cards have for our Sagittarius collective? And we're still recording, thankfully, because this is a bit of a long one. I haven't really been speaking loudly tonight, I know, but my throat is a little bit irritated because of this tree. I'm feeling pretty sore as well. Oh, poor me. Okay, Sagittarius. What messages do the cards have for our Sagittarius collective? And I already had dinner, and you know what? I feel like eating again. Eat some more food, so I think I'm going to go eat soon. Okay, messages for our Sagittarius collective. I'm going to take that out, because I kind of wanted to, but didn't want to. I'm struggling with the friction, like it's static or something. The cards are sticking together. Anyway, we've got 2 4s there. I do believe that one's come out. Who are you dealing with, Sagittarius? Who is this person on your mind? 6 of Wands wanting to come out. I'm going to take one more card. 7 of Swords. Yeah, I'm kind of getting like a little bit of an ego trip there with the 6 of Wands. It was kind of like a all eyes on me. Excuse me. There's somebody that they're very restless. They're very restless. And they're keeping themselves busy and sane with work. This could be a Virgo. A Virgo or a Capricorn. Or a Cancerian. And Aquarius. But this person is a little bit stuck. You can see with the 4 of Pentacles and the 4 of Cups. They're They're difficult to please. They're restless. They're not happy. They like disgruntled. Things are not working out for them. As much as they try, things are, for whatever reason, not going according to plan. Could be boring, not enough money, too much work, not getting the results that they want. But this person could be a Virgo, a Taurus, a Virgo, Capricorn, a Cancer, or an Aquarius. Things not going their way. Could be somebody with high profile, or it could be a Capricorn, or in the spotlight. This person is somebody that's operating from not in the highest vibration, put it that way. There's the Seven of Swords, there's the Four of Cups, there's the Four of Pentacles, here's the Devil card, the Moon card, and then the Nine of Wands. This is somebody who uses a little bit of a victimhood to get away with a lot of deception, bad habits, perhaps a little bit of sexual energy, but in a deviant way, in a sense that they don't mind being secretive. They look for excuses to justify the behavior that is not above board. So this person could be Capricorn, could be Virgo, could be Pisces. They're very secretive, they're very selfish, they make excuses. If it's not outright, they make you kind of feel guilty, like, oh, shame they had such a difficult time, or shame they play games and they justify their behavior. And they need to self-reflect. And we've got to look at the outcome here. A lot of Earth energy, a lot of Capricorn energy. We want the outcome. What can Sagittarius expect? Sag, you can expect much of the much. You can expect to not know where you stand. You can expect to feel like, how do they say it? Like, you're not a priority, but you're like an option. It's not stable. This person is not offering stability. This person is offering half-truths, their own self-importance, and that they have options. And they've got no intention of bringing stability forward. And unfortunately, that's the message I have for you. Could be an Aquarius, could be Gemini, could be Capricorn, could be Pisces. And that's the message I have for you. This fella has shown up in your readings before. And they're just not changing their ways. And we're still recording, thankfully. Okay, and with that, as I said last time, we were just talking about you, Capricorn. That devil came out. That devil came out for Sagittarius again. But I don't think it's you, Capricorn. Not in that reading anyway. If it is you, you're going to have a good talking to. Capricorn. What messages do the cards have for our Capricorn collective when it comes to the person on Capricorn's mind, the person they're most thinking of? Pisces, Virgo, Leo, 2 major arcana. We'll take one more. Eight of Swords. We're not taking you Eight of Swords. Okay. Capricorn, you could be dealing with a water sign, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. You could be dealing with a Virgo, and you could be dealing with a Leo, and you could be dealing with a Gemini or an Aries. But I'm seeing this has been the strongest energy. This is somebody that, like, emotionally, they may be very understanding. They may seem on track, and even that things are going according to their plan for themselves. They don't seem to be somebody who actually really knows themselves. It seems that they give more attention and understanding and, can we say, time, nurturing. They do that for others more than for themselves. They might say, no, I don't need anything. But it's just really a way of them trying to control the situation. They give a lot to others. But there's something that they don't give to themselves. Like, they don't give themselves the same space, understanding, allowance to explore themselves. You know what I mean? They make space for everybody else, but not for themselves. And I think that's because, you know, when you give and you do for others, it's kind of a leverage. So it's almost like they are overcompensating on the emotions, but not completely honest with themselves about their intentions. Because their intentions, it's like they give and they're understanding, but there's almost this, it's because they want to control something. This could be a friend. Could be a friend to you. Could be Aquarius or Libra and Gemini. But I see this as your friend, And what is their intention? There's a friendship anyway. There's good intention here, and they feel they care about you a great deal, and they enjoy your company. They might be a little bit actually demanding. But there also might be something they've been wanting to tell you for a long time that they haven't, and they're trying to find the right time. They feel it's important to come forward. They definitely want to have a heart-to-heart and let you know what they're thinking about. Okay. Okay, this is an interesting energy right here. Your outcome is kind of crisis averted. It's like I believe it's got something to do with what they want to tell you. But there's coming a time when things are going to fall apart, okay? And there's a reason why, and I don't really know why the reason is. Could be an experience thing, something you have to go through. But if you don't fall apart, if you trust that sometimes the old has to completely fall away for the new, then this is going to be that like opportunity, lucky break, that favorable time for you. It's coming. And it's not going to be a long drawn out process. They need to come forward and speak to you about something. They're holding back on that, and because they've held back on it, it has an effect on this collapse. But the collapse is necessary for some kind of favorable outcome. It's kind of like out of the pain comes something, you know, like they say that a pearl is created when a grain of sand is in that little mollusk. And because the grain of sand irritates, what happens is the pearl starts covering it with that, whatever it is, that like what makes the shell, that like keratin or whatever, so that the sand is not scratchy and it's softened. It's like the ball is created. And I'm getting that for you, like without that irritation, without that struggle, without, say, that truth and that time that is taken to there wouldn't be something that is a catalyst to a better outcome, a better future, a favorable outcome. So expect that something that doesn't quite go right is actually, it's not the end of the world. In fact, it's meant to happen, and that something good is going to come soon after that. A favorable time for you. Okay, I said we've got Leo, we've got Virgo, we've got Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. We've got Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. And, a little bit of Earth there for you. Now we are going, and there you popped out the devil. We're going to go on to Aquarius now. Aquarius. Tonight we are asking the cards about the person on your mind. Who are you thinking about? And what do you need to know to bring clarity in a situation that is obviously clouded and you're unsure about? So, who is this person on your mind? Who are you thinking about, Aquarius? And what messages do the cards have for you? Ten of Cups. King of Pentacles. I haven't seen King of Pentacles in a while. Ten of Pentacles. I've seen that tonight. And Ten of Cups. Aquarius. You know, Aquarius, this is a good person. It's a very good person that's on your mind. This is somebody that wants to build with you, that sees the future with you. This is somebody that's got their shit together. Somebody who makes good money, might have their own business, entrepreneur. And this is somebody that provides. They have it all. But most important is that they're coming through with all heart, all emotion. They have the stability, but they also have the love and the care and the compassion and all those good feelings. This is somebody, excuse me, somebody that wants to bring about change. They want to build. They want long term. There's no denying that. There might have been a bit of a play in the past. Could be dealing with the Sagittarius. Okay, but I'm also seeing this one, we'll take it. I'm also seeing Gemini, Capricorn, and Taurus. And then some Pisces, strong Pisces, Aries, and then Virgo. This is all about creating that. I've got 2 9s here. 2 9s and 2 10s again. This is all about investment. And when I say investment, I mean like not just resources, like you have money, but also heart. Good choices. A little bit of taking a chance here, and there is this single energy. I mean, I wonder if you actually know this person or if you're still going to meet them. To me, it looks like you don't know this person and you're not expecting this. You're just going about your daily business and then it happens. And they see you as wish fulfillment. They see you as somebody that they want to tame. They want to, whether it's themselves or whether it's you, they want to remove you from the game, say. They want to, not in a horrible way, but take away your freedom. They want to make you, they want to give you a settled life. And it's like that moment when you know, I see this as just going about your daily business, and then the next thing, out of the blue, you meet somebody that you both just know that you connect, and then you go from there. That's what I'm strongly picking up. Let's see the outcome. It's not something you're expecting, but once it happens, it's like, gosh, there's, oh heck. We're going to take out some more clarifying cards here. Because the way I'm seeing this is, it's at that perfect moment, and then everything goes badly. Like the plans go awry. Like, say you meet each other at the grocery store and then you swap numbers. Like, there's a missing digit, or you plan to meet but then it pours with rain. There's something that delays it, and then just when you're thinking, oh man, like this all is lost, you have this turnabout where from chaos to peace, from things not working out. Like, it could even just be like a delay. This could be, there is a plan, maybe it's not even together, maybe this is how you meet, but there's a plan, things fall apart. It could be that you're late, it could be a minor setback, but then it seems like everything is going wrong, and then pure synchronicity, if it's meant to be, it will be. And you'll say, wow, what are the chances? What are the chances of that? What are the chances of that? Seemingly very good. Seemingly very good. Try not to be too quick to judge the situation. Try not to jump to conclusions and see the worst possible scenario and then regret that later. Okay, we have Pisces, we have Aquarius, we have Leo and Aries, we have Gemini, Virgo, Scorpio, Aries, Capricorn, Virgo, and Pisces. Strong Pisces. Okay. That is the message I have for you, Aquarius. I had a feeling that these messages were going to be longer, but you can't always just give fickle, whoopsie, love on horizon. Trust the process, okay? And we are moving on to Pisces. Pisces. Let's have a look. What messages do cards have for you, Pisces? We are asking for clarity on the person that is on our mind, the person that we are thinking about most, somebody that we may not have clear communication with currently, or they might be isolating a bit, or it's a hunch, but they're on our minds and we need some clarity here. Who is this person? And what is the situation? And what is the outcome? For this person that is currently most on our minds. Or to the Six of Cups. To the Queen of Pentacles. Pisces is lovely, lovely energy here. The Cups, Cancer, Scorpio energy could strongly obviously be you too. Pisces energy with the representing. I'm seeing not this renewed interest. I'm seeing this could be somebody that you work with that they didn't seem to be very interested, and they kind of give you the cold shoulder. They might be somebody that, similar to you, can be very dreamy. Maybe they talk about the past a lot. But I think this is somebody that you've gotten close to at the workplace. This may be a renewed interest. I mean, it might be somebody you met before and then you've come into contact again with them through work or some kind of business dealings at the house, at the home where you live. But I see somebody that in the past you may have mutually lost interest in each other, or didn't see each other in that particular way, but now you've come across each other's paths again. Could be work, and you're looking at each other with like a, okay, you know, Pisces, they might see you as an opportunity to distract themselves. You might have had something maybe physical in the past, and now they're thinking they can just jump straight back into the physical. Like tell a sob story and then have, like, say, come, let's go for coffee, come, let's go, oh, I'm not busy now, it's been a long day, let's go grab a bite to eat. But the intention is actually to, pretty selfish, it's actually, they want to seduce you perhaps. Okay, it kind of fell out in the middle, but it did land upright. But let's have a look at, let's take another card and then we'll look at it clarifying for that Ace of Cups. clarify for the Ace of Cups. Okay, that did come out in the reverse, so this is not something you're sure about. Eight of Cups in the shadow, Nine of Wands, Ace of Cups that was sort of upright, not upright, and I don't want to make decisions for the cards, but I'm kind of seeing somebody that there's like this idea that they're not always very honest. There's an idea that they're very selfish and they can come and go as they like. And that's getting you out of sorts. That's leaving you not being able to trust your intuition. I strongly see that the cards are saying here, if you can't trust your intuition, then you need to trust your experience. You need to look at the past and you need to see if there's a pattern, and then you need to make a decision from there. And what I see here is that you actually don't want to go back to what happened in the past, and that you've gone through an epiphany where you realize that you really need to look to the future. You need to see what other opportunities are out there, and you also need to make right with yourself. You need to get in touch with your inner voice, because that's very important to you, Pisces. If somebody's making you lose sense of yourself, you need to reevaluate that. And let's have a look at the energies here. We have strong Pisces. Strong Pisces. We have strong Sagittarius, Aries. We have Scorpio and Cancer. And some Taurus energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but more Taurus, Virgo. And then Libra. And those are the messages I have for you, Pisces. And those are the messages I have for the collective tonight. And I just thank you for joining me. And thank you for your support. Every time you click on the channel and you watch a video, it motivates me to keep doing what I'm doing here. And I can only see it getting better. I can only see as I get more used to being in front of the camera, although I'm not in front of the camera, but doing stuff for the camera, the more comfortable I'll get. I think the more I'll connect to the messages, and I really hope to bring you something of value. I don't want to just pull out cards and make up a message. I want to connect, and I want to bring a valuable message to you from the cards, and to honor one another. When you show up, I want to show up. And with that being said, I hope tonight's messages bring you clarity, bring you something good. And until next time, stay blessed.